So Relink 1.2 has been out a couple of days now, and just like all of the other Ghandagoza mains, I was saddened. I was angry because they didn't really touch Ghandagoza, but a lot of characters got character adjustments where they got increased damage or increased attack speed, or their meter has been buffed in some extent. But Ghandagoza wasn't part of the patch notes, and I was really surprised because he was a worst performing character before 1.2.0. But just like all the other characters in the game, he got a new sigil, and I think Cygames kinda cooked with his Warpath sigil. So just like all the other characters' Warpath sigil, it enhances Ghandagoza's damage. As you can see here, it enhances his Raging Fist, which now it does take 100% more charge time, which means it comes out twice as long, but it also does twice as much damage because it has enhanced damage plus 100%, which bypasses the damage cap. This is what it looks like right now. It's gonna take a really long time to come out, but it's gonna do a lot of damage. You'll see here, it's really slow, but it does 4.6 million damage now. So before 1.2, it was doing fully charged 2.3, 2.4, around that range of damage for a fully charged, maxed out Raging Fist. So it does a lot of damage now. But that's not really the only thing that makes this better. Because even if it does that much damage, it takes so long to charge, which makes it really hard to hit your opponents. And it was already hard to hit your opponents pre-patch because it takes a while to fully charge your Raging Fist. So what that means is a non-fully charged Raging Fist is already gonna do so much damage. Well, I'll show you here. So we'll just do his air combo. This is the fastest way of doing it. Just like that. And now we're fully maxed out. With just me pressing this, it does around 1.2 million damage. You can still do more damage with an uncharged Raging Fist if you put in less is more, because I don't have less is more here. As you can see, the only reason I don't really have less is more is because I don't have anything else to put it in. And because I don't have a less is more with a good sub trait. Okay, we'll put in less is more here for Overdrive Assassin. So let's max out the meter. And uncharged does 1.3, around 1.4k damage. I'm pretty sure if we repeat it, it's a range. It's not always just gonna do 1.3. See, it does 1.4, around 1.4 million damage with an uncharged Raging Fist. Pre-patch, your not fully charged Raging Fist does significantly less damage. I think it would do maybe around 600 to maybe 800,000. This is more or less twice as much damage as pre-patch, an uncharged Raging Fist. So with that, his DPS is so much better now. I'll show you how much damage it does in a 30 seconds. We'll do 30 seconds for the score attack because I think that's more realistic. You don't really get a full minute for like where the enemy is just not moving. Like with CC, like Paralyze or Glaciate, or if the enemy is broken or in the break state. 30 seconds I think is a good amount of time. It's like a realistic amount of time where you can actually just continue dishing out damage without worrying about the enemy attacking or moving around. So this is the rotation I'm going to be doing. We'll start with a Eternal Rage to fully charge out our meter. And then do animation cancelling stuff to get it out faster. If you don't play Ghandagoza, basically he has a way to fully charge his meter by animation cancelling his basic attacks, because those count as perfect timing. So yeah, that did 10 million damage. I'm not gonna go over every single case, but I did this before recording. If you do that route without fully charging anything, in the old build, you would do 7 million damage. So that's 3 million more damage in 30 seconds, which is a lot. That's a significant amount of damage. Alright, so I made a mistake. We were doing the 30-second time attack with... yeah, not with Overdrive Assassin. It was with Less is More. So that's not the build that I use. This is the build I use because this has more survivability. It's more realistic, at least for me, because with all the sub traits, it's more survivable. So we'll do it again without less is more, with a more realistic build. Yeah, we did 8.8, almost 9 million damage. That's pretty significant because with the same rotation as this, with the old build, that did 7 million damage. So that's almost a 2 million damage increase from the old build. So this, we'll do 8.8, almost 9 million. We'll keep that in mind. And we'll do this again, but with a fully charged Raging Fist. Because for example, you think maybe you have an actual opening and you can actually fully charge a Raging Fist. Do this again, but fully charging Raging Fist this time, instead of just tapping it in case you have a huge opening. Because if you have a huge opening, maybe you can pull off something like this, and I'll just show you what that's gonna look like. So that did 14.7, 14.8. We can round up to 15, but sure, let's keep it at 14.7. The old build, if we do the exact same rotation and we do the same thing that we're doing now and just fully charge everything, difference is the old build did around 9-10 million damage. It plays around that range. So this is 4.8 or 5 million damage more than the old build with a fully charged Raging Fist in the same rotation. So the old build fully charged in the same rotation is 10 million. Only 1 million more than the new build without fully charging it, with just tapping it. Like, it's a huge increase of DPS, which I think is a huge deal for Ghandagoza because he's like one of the weakest. I mean, he has strong single hit damage, but his DPS is pretty terrible. So the new Sigil is a pretty significant buff to Ghandagoza. It doubles his Raging Fist damage, although it comes out a lot slower. He doesn't really have 2 times the DPS because of the Raging Fist charge is slower. But if you compare the no charge tactic when you're doing fights, which is more reliable by the way than just fully charging it, even in the old patch, without charging it, it's a significant increase. I don't think this is enough because getting to your rage meter fully max is still not that easy. It's still pretty difficult, even with his air combo shortcut. Yeah, it does fully charge it. But if the enemy moves around a lot, for example, Behemoth, Lucilius, they tend to move around a lot for majority of the fight. So it's still not that easy to fully max your rage meter. So I think he still needs some help, but the Warpath Sigil is a very big buff still. It's still a significant buff because it does increase his DPS by a significant amount. So I think they're really kind of cooked with it. I will put in the gameplay here afterwards of me playing Behemoth on an online lobby with other people, just random people. I went online and it's an open lobby, and I do a pretty comparable amount of damage in comparison to my other team members, and that's like, I think it was a Cagliostro, and I think Cagliostro is a character with a really good amount of damage. Before Warpath, he does like the least amount of damage or second least. We're on the right track. He just needs more. Yeah, before we go to the gameplay, if you like this video, please do leave a like. Let me know what you feel about Ghandagoza. Do you think the Warpath Sigil is enough of a buff, or you think he still needs more buffs? And what would you change about Ghandagoza if you could? Let me know as well what your build is for Ghandagoza, because I want to see what everyone else is building. Also, a lot of you are new to this channel, so I would really appreciate if you subscribed and help me reach, we'll say 350. Small steps, we won't go for 400 right away. Maybe 300 subs. So I really appreciate it. That's it. Here's the gameplay. Enjoy.
すごいわ。慎重に戦った面もいいぜ。
わしも誰だと思っておる。
ひざまずけ。アレスナドやったぜ。これで終わりよ。そこだ。アースデトネーション。主にモデ様のおかげだ。お役に立てたかしら。
満天の星を仰げ。これが天聖剣王の極みだ。ガンダゴーザスンと行こうぞ。連天光が聖剣づけ。
東目の面目。
そこだ。エアロデトネーション。今の感覚忘れずに行こうか。
ひざまずけ。アレスナドやったぜ。
みんな気をつけて。
終わったみたいだね。いい戦いっぷり